At Fairfield University, one graduate student on the women's lacrosse team has seen her fair share of struggles. However, Macey Daly has not let it define or change who she is on or off the field.
She, had to mature really young, and you can see that maturity. She came in to college with a sense of others, with a sense of herself, with a sense of her responsibility towards, accomplishing the task at hand.
She's loving and she cares a lot about everything. I just think anything that happens, she's always there first. If you call her or text her, she's just overall a great friend. She's always there if you need her.
She's very serious, but also very driven. I'd say she's very respected as a teammate and as a friend.
Macey looks just like any regular lacrosse player on the field, but what most don't know is the 10-month journey she had to endure after her life changed in one moment.
She was streaking cut for the ball and had her stick out and there was a defender on her back. She went up and her cleat got stuck in the turf and she just fell, and Macey's a very strong girl. So when she went down, I was like, oh, I think it was her ankle. And then when I went inside, they're like, oh, it's her knee.
I immediately knew that I tore it. It's kind of like if you hear a pop, you know that it happens, and I did, and it just felt very not right. I couldn't bend it, I couldn't move it. I sat down after because it immediately hurt, and I was just in so much shock. My coaches were right next to me, and I immediately looked at them, and they were so sad, and they just knew that it was not good.
I was within 5 feet of her, and based off of what I saw happen and her reaction, I think myself and my other assistant who has torn her ACL sort of immediately knew that we had something bigger going on.
In her junior year, after finally earning a starting role, Macey tore her ACL, both meniscuses, and strained her MCL, a significant injury that required her to miss the remainder of the 2023 season, undergo a 4-hour surgery, be on crutches for 6 weeks, and a long road of rehab.
Literally, to stand up, I would scream because I was in so much pain because the blood would rush to it. It was brutal. My leg would cramp all the time because I had to hold it up. And then I was locked out in a brace straight for 6 weeks. And then also just the loss of independence and having to rely on other people to do my everyday life things was really hard.
While some would let the injury diminish their spirits, Macey chose to rally around her team and make an impact in any way she could.
Macey became kind of like an extra coach almost on defense, especially coaching up the younger girls and attackers, and she was still very involved with the team, which was awesome.
She did the day by day. She wasn't oh, I can't run in 3 months or stuff like that. She was mostly oh, today I get to do PT, or today I get to walk. She just took every little thing a victory, and I think in the end that really helped her because she was so dialed into everything she did.
While Macey kept a good attitude, once her progress became stagnant, the physical battle shifted to a mental one.
I definitely wanted to quit. I was I don't even want to play lacrosse anymore, because I couldn't get there to the strength part that I needed. Different when you're on crutches, you're oh, I'm hurt, or you're in a boot and you're yeah, my foot really hurts. But then when stuff starts to feel better and you start to be more active and can do the things that you want to do, it's why can I not play? And then I also kind of was just so frustrated with trying and not seeing the light at the end of the tunnel.
Despite the recovery after the injury being one of the hardest things she's ever had to do, she is grateful for the growth and strength she developed during the process.
It was a maturity moment, kind of put a lot of stuff into perspective of being grateful to be able to move your body in this way, being grateful to be a Division I athlete and have the support staff and have my teammates.
Currently, Macey is preparing for her 5th and final year of lacrosse. With the team behind her and confidence from her coaches, Macey is ready to tackle another season of possibilities. I'm Ashley Moynihan, Sacred Heart Sports Media, Fairfield, Connecticut.